Shua Tov, everyone. Welcome to video number 38 in our WhatsApp stories group. Yesterday, Erev Shabbos, was the yortzeit of the holy Rebbe Rebbe'S of Anatoly, one of the favorite Rebbe's of everybody. And I just want to mention that when I was telling a story of Rebbe'S to a live audience, and afterwards I said, who really believes that he existed? And slightly more than half the people raised their hands. I said, well, I can prove to you that he exists. Do you know how to prove, by the way, do you know how to prove that Rebbe Zusha was a real person? Very simple. In the first pages of Tanya, there's a letter of approbation written and signed by him. So he is a real person, and these things are real. In any case, there's no overt wild miracles in this story that you have to force yourself to believe. But it's a wonderful story. I translated it from Sipuri Chassidim of the great Gaon Rabbi Zevin, and I sent it to my mailing list exactly 20 years ago to the day. And I call it Rebbe'S Rebbe. That there was in Anatoly, where Zusha lived, the town where the Maggid of Mezrich is buried, where he had his last years and where he's buried. There lived a wealthy businessman who had cultivated the habit of every time before he started a new business venture or before he set out on a business trip, he would go to Rebbe Zusha for a bracha. And the Rebbe Zusha was always happy to bless him. And he was very successful, and in his mind he attributed his success, or a certain degree of success, to his blessings from Rebbe Zusha. One time he was about to set out on a business trip, and he went to the house, knocked on the door as usual, and Rebbe Zusha's wife answered the door, and he asked if he could see the Rebbe, and she told him the Rebbe's here right now. So he said, oh, will he be back soon? And she said, no, he's out of town. He said, really? Where did he go? He said, he went to Anatoly. He went to Mezrich. Excuse me, he went to Mezrich. Mezrich? Why did he go to Mezrich? He went to Mezrich to see his Rebbe. What do you mean to see his Rebbe? He's the Rebbe. Zusha's the Rebbe. She said that Zusha is your Rebbe, but he went to see his Rebbe. And the man was astonished. He couldn't get over this. The Rebbe has a Rebbe? He didn't know what to make of it. But anyway, Zusha wasn't available. He went home, and he just couldn't get this out of his mind. And finally he decided, look, if I've reached a certain level of success, which is in any way due to the blessings of Rebbe Zusha, so how much better off will I be if I get the blessings from the Rebbe's Rebbe? That seemed to him obvious logic. So he went to Mezrich, and he hung out there for a bit. He got to know the Maggid. He was very impressed with the holiness of the Maggid in any case. And so he started going to Mezrich to receive a blessing for each of his business endeavors and trips. But what happened? It didn't work out so well for him. In fact, he was instead of growing, he was shrinking. He was having a lot of deals went wrong, and investments, things like that, and he was losing his wealth. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he had to consider the possibility that this could be because of his abandonment of Rebbe Zusha and his switching over to the Maggid. But that didn't make any sense, since the Maggid is the Rebbe's Rebbe. That shouldn't be something that could happen. But anyway, he decided he should go back to Rebbe Zusha. And he received blessings from Rebbe Zusha, and things started to work out positively for him again. And he was bewildered, and so he finally decided he should talk this over with Rebbe Zusha. How could it be that your blessings help me, and the blessings of your Rebbe, who must be on a higher level of holiness if he's your Rebbe, they don't help me? Rebbe Zusha said, my friend, it's easy to explain. You should know that Rebbe Zusha never said I. He always referred to himself in the third person of Zusha. He said, the truth is, Zusha is not really a tzaddik. And and yet you were satisfied to come to me for blessings without concerning yourself whether I was really a tzaddik or not a tzaddik, or what level of a tzaddik I was, or anything like that. So when heaven considered whether to fulfill my blessings for you, they didn't judge you very strictly either, just like you didn't really judge me. So the blessings were fulfilled. But when you went to the Maggid, why? Because you made a judgment. He's a real tzaddik. He's a bigger tzaddik than Zusha. Even if Zusha were a tzaddik, he's a bigger tzaddik. So then, when heaven considered you whether you were worthy of that should be fulfilled the blessings of the Maggid, so they had to consider where they took the judgment more seriously, and apparently you weren't worthy. So this is a good lesson in being careful about judging others. Reserve judgment for judging yourself.